It started with a silence that felt heavier than words. For weeks, fans had noticed that Caitriona Balfe, the radiant, composed actress known for her grace both on and off screen, had vanished from the spotlight. No interviews, no new posts, no witty comments under her Outlander co-star Sam Heughan's photos. And then, one heartbreaking headline appeared everywhere. Caitriona Balfe receives devastating medical report about her son. The news hit like a wave. Caitriona, the woman who had always embodied strength and calm, was suddenly facing a storm no mother is ever ready for. Sources close to her revealed that she had received worrying medical results about her young son, something that no parent should ever have to read. While the details remained private, the emotional toll was impossible to hide. At a recent charity event in London, where Caitriona was originally expected to make a guest appearance, reporters noticed her absence. Instead, the organizers quietly confirmed that she had cancelled all commitments to stay home with her family. A close friend shared softly, "She broke down when she heard the news." Caitriona's world stopped for a moment. Those who know her best describe Caitriona as a pillar of quiet resilience, the kind of person who never complains, who carries her pain privately. But even the strongest hearts can shatter when it comes to their children. She was trying to stay composed, another insider revealed, but when the doctor's call came through, she couldn't hold back the tears. It was one of the hardest days of her life. The timing made it all the more heartbreaking. Caitriona had just wrapped several intense scenes for Outlander's upcoming final season, emotional storylines that already required deep vulnerability. Fans who saw her last public photos noticed her eyes, still kind, but dimmed by exhaustion. One fan tweeted, "There's sadness behind that smile. I hope she's okay." As the speculation grew, Caitriona's silence spoke louder than any statement could. She deactivated comments on her latest post and turned her focus inward, to her son, to family, to the quiet hope that time might bring better news. But the fandom refused to stay silent. Almost immediately, social media lit up with love and empathy. The hashtag #StayStrongCaitriona began trending within hours. Thousands of fans, many of them mothers themselves, flooded her previous posts with hearts, prayers, and letters of support. One message read, "You've given so much strength to others through your art. Now let us send some back to you." Another said, "No child should suffer. We're standing with you, Caitriona. Always." Her Outlander co-stars were quick to rally around her. Sam Heughan, her longtime on-screen partner and real-life confidant, subtly shared a photo of the Scottish countryside, peaceful, timeless, with a simple caption, "Family first. Always." Sophie Skelton reposted a quote, "The heart of a mother knows no limits." Though no one mentioned her name directly, the meaning was clear. The entire Outlander family was behind her. Behind closed doors, Caitriona was doing what any mother would, fighting through the fear, the sleepless nights, the desperate need to stay strong for her child. Friends said she barely left her home, spending every waking hour by her son's side, holding his hand, whispering stories from the show that made her famous, stories of love that survives time itself. "She believes in hope," one friend said. "She always has. Even when life tests her, she finds light in the darkest places." And yet, the pain was undeniable. Those who saw her briefly described a woman torn between heartbreak and determination. "She's exhausted, but she's fighting," the insider continued. "Every mother's worst nightmare is hearing something's wrong with their child. But Caitriona keeps saying, 'We'll get through this. He's strong.'" Then came a chilling line from a source close to her circle, "She's waiting for a second opinion." The doctor's words broke her. That sentence spread through fan communities like wildfire, leaving thousands anxious, praying, hoping for clarity. What exactly did the doctors find? Was there a chance it could all be a mistake? No one knew for sure, and Caitriona wasn't ready to speak. For now, she's protecting her son's privacy, guarding his world with the same quiet courage she brings to her roles. But one thing was certain. This was not just another celebrity story. This was a mother's story, raw, real, and painfully human. As the world watched in worried silence, one question lingered in every fan's heart. How do you stay strong when the person you love most in the world needs you to be unbreakable? Days turned into weeks, and for the first time in years, Caitriona Balfe's world seemed to move in slow motion. The woman who once balanced film sets, charity events, and motherhood with effortless grace had pressed pause on everything. Her only priority now was her son. The first reports of hope came quietly. A source close to the family revealed that Caitriona had taken her little boy to a private specialist for a second evaluation. She wanted answers, not rumors, not statistics, but truth. She's always been practical, one insider shared. But this time, it wasn't about logic. It was about faith. During those days of waiting, Caitriona leaned on the few people she trusted most. Sam Heughan, who had seen her through a decade of highs and lows on Outlander, was among them. He reportedly called her almost every day, checking in, offering words of comfort. Sam told her, the insider said, "You've given strength to millions. Now, it's your turn to take some back." Fans noticed his subtle support online, small gestures, quiet messages that seemed to mirror her journey. In one of his posts, he wrote, "Even the strongest storms pass. Until then, hold tight to those you love." That line spread across social media like wildfire. Outlander fans, who had spent years watching Jamie and Claire survive every trial imaginable, now channeled that same devotion toward the actress who brought their heroine to life. Thousands of heartfelt messages continued pouring in. Drawings of mothers holding their children, candles lit in prayer, hashtags of love and encouragement. And then, after what felt like an eternity, Caitriona finally broke her silence. Late one evening, she posted a photo on Instagram. It wasn't glamorous or staged. Just a small, tender moment, her hand holding her son's, sunlight filtering through the window. The caption read simply, "Love heals, one step at a time." No long explanation, no details, but in those 5 words, the world understood everything. The worst was not over, but there was hope, a fragile, flickering light that refused to go out. Fans reacted instantly. "We're crying," one wrote. "You're the strongest mother, Caitriona." Another added, "You've carried us through every emotion on screen. Now we're carrying you." The hashtag love for Caitriona began trending within hours. Behind the scenes, those close to her said that Caitriona had found new strength in her family and her faith. Her husband, long known for his quiet support, had been her constant anchor, handling everything so she could focus on her son. "They're united," one friend shared. "You can feel the love in that house. Every breath, every word, is about getting through this together." The medical updates that followed were cautious but optimistic. The second evaluation brought better news, signs of improvement, or at least a clearer path forward. For the first time in weeks, Caitriona was seen smiling, walking with her son through a Dublin park, hand in hand, her face calm but determined. Observers described the moment as a portrait of real motherhood, love, fear, strength, all at once. It was a scene far removed from the world of Hollywood lights or red carpets. It was raw, human, and beautiful. In one private conversation later shared by a close friend, Caitriona reportedly said, "I used to think strength meant keeping everything together. But now I know, it's about falling apart, and still choosing to stand up again." Those words captured exactly why fans adore her. She isn't perfect, she's real. And through her vulnerability, she's once again become a symbol of resilience, not just as an actress, but as a woman, as a mother. By the time she returned to work, the cast and crew of Outlander welcomed her with open arms. Sam reportedly wrapped her in a hug and whispered, "You made it." The set was quiet for a moment. Even the cameras seemed to pause, before Caitriona looked around, smiled softly, and said, "Let's do this." That quiet strength has since defined her comeback. In recent interviews, when asked how she's been coping, she doesn't dwell on the pain. Instead, she talks about gratitude, for the fans, for her team, for the little boy who, as she puts it, taught me what courage really looks like. As the video closes, The image of Caitriona's hand holding her son's fades slowly into the soft glow of the Outlander theme music. Her voice, calm, steady, and full of emotion, echoes over the screen. In the darkest moments, you find what matters most. My son is my heart, and he's my reason to believe in miracles. And perhaps that's why her story resonates so deeply. It's not about fame or tragedy, it's about love. The kind that breaks you, rebuilds you, and reminds you that even when the world falls apart, hope still whispers, keep going.